Get ready with me. Today we are getting ready. Today we're getting ready to go meet my BD's family. If you're new here, I'm 7 months pregnant. So he must have told them like a month ago that he's having a baby, which is cool. So they reached out to me and they were very nice. And I want my baby to know that side of his family. So I'm excited, but I'm just very nervous and shy, and I don't like eating in front of new people, so we'll see. So he is not going to be there, I don't think, at least, which is cool, which is great, actually, because I don't know if he'd be lying, like telling them that we're cool, but we're not, so. Well, maybe he thinks we are, but we're not cool. The fuck? I'm really scared because, like, I'm pretty sure he has, like, 8 siblings. Is it? I don't know. The reservation is for 11, and there's me, my aunt, and my mom. So the rest is them. So it'll be 8. So I think, well, I know his mom's coming, so maybe, like, missing one sibling? I don't know. I'll figure out how it works, like, when I get there, but he has a lot of siblings. So I'm just nervous. But I've never been in a situation like this. So it's kind of scary. It's really scary. So clearly we were not in a relationship. We were just, like, linking in the summer a lot, and then at the end of the summer I found out. And for me personally, when I seen my little baby well, it wasn't even a baby, it was like a blob, but I don't care because it still had a heartbeat and it was my blob, so I kept it. I kept a Sneaky Links baby, but I have no shame. I don't give a fuck. The fuck. And I'm happy and I love my baby, so the fuck, don't care. So I get to deal with, like, difficult things, but that is okay. Next time I have a kid, I will be married, though. I swear. I'm getting on birth control right after this. Like, this will never happen again. So, yeah. I'm trying to, like, hurry up because I only have, like, an hour. Well, it's 9:14 and I need to leave by 10:30 because it's at 11 and it's, like, 30 minutes away. So I'm trying to hurry. And I have to fix my hair. I put a scarf on to go to sleep. And my hair I still woke up looking shitty, so. I was supposed to wake up earlier because I had to go to Walmart to get leggings, like maternity leggings, because my leggings now, they like squish my belly and it really hurts. Or my belly's like big, it just rolls over. So, like, I needed leggings that fit. So I was supposed to wake up early, but I woke up too early, like at 6 a.m. and I flicked my bean. So it like tired me out. So I went to bed. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, I'm also very blunt, and like they don't know me, so they don't know that. So I need to try to I like asked for advice, like what do I do? And my aunt told me don't be myself, because like I'm just blunt and say like outrageous stuff. Like I just don't think before I say, so like I don't know, I just need to calm it down, I think. Some more weird lore is that there is like a lot of connections. Like my aunt is married to like somebody in their family. I don't know like what he would be to them. Ooh, my eyebrows look crooked. Oh hell no. What the fuck? Okay, that's better. Anyway, so we like share cousins, which is like weird. Like I'm cousins with them on the mom side and they're cousins with them on the dad side. And then I also have this other cousin that they're like cool with, like, but she's like more distant. She might be like my second, no, she might be like my third cousin or something like that. But they're cool with her too. So it's just like, I don't know if they put the pieces together, but, or I'm just a stalker. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even think my BD knows that we're even like going out to eat. I mean, I did tell him that we're supposed to, but that was like 2 weeks ago, because we were supposed to go like 2 weeks ago, but like we didn't. So I don't know if he knows that we didn't go and we're going now. Like, my palms are mad clammy. I already have the worst anxiety, bro. So this is like really bad. Like, I wanted my mom to order my food, but it's like, I can't act like a fucking kid. They're gonna be like, bitch, like, you're literally about to have a baby and you're having your fucking mommy order your food. Like, I actually do wish that me and my baby dad was cool, because, like, I wish I could tell him, like, I'm about to go to brunch with your family and I'm fucking scared. Like, I wish I could just text him. But the problem is that this is like a who is in control kind of thing, and I'm in control right now, so if I text him, then I'm gonna lose the in control, and then he's gonna be in control, and I don't want him to be in control because I'm the queen. So, yeah. I even, like, told one of the sisters, like, I'm shy, and I'm really nervous, and she was just like, oh, don't be nervous, we're all cool for the most part. What the fuck does the most part mean, bruh? No, I gotta stop being puss. I need to just know that I'm that gal. And everybody who comes across me actually loves me. So, yeah. Except my baby dad. He does not. But eating in front of people has always been a fear of mine. Like, I do not like eating in front of people until I'm comfortable. I don't know why, because nobody's fucking watching me. But, like, I don't know, bro. I know people get like that, bro. So I'm not even ashamed. The fuck? It's called eatophobia. I don't actually know if that's what it's called. Anyway, we're going to use my new beautiful Morphe blush. Isn't it so beautiful? This is also obviously not the shirt that I'm wearing. I don't know what, like, I just wonder what we're going to talk about. Like, I know they want to come to my baby shower, so maybe we'll talk about that. My baby shower is literally in a week. I'm so excited. So excited. My makeup looks real cute. We're going to go in with this lip liner. My lips are so chapped. This lip liner is so good. It does not come off. It's not going to look like this, guys, obviously. Here's my makeup. I am going to go do my hair and change my shirt, and then I'll show you guys, like, my outfit and everything. Okay, we're about to leave. This is me. This is how I look. I have a slick back, makeup done. This is my outfit. Just comfy, cute, and I'm scared, but here we go. Okay, y'all, here's the update. I've been trying to post the update since, like, about 5 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. I actually don't even know what Eastern time means. I had been trying to post it since yesterday, and TikTok been broken. Hopefully this even posts. Okay, so basically it was just like 10 out of 10. I would do it again and again and again. Like, it was actually like vibes. Like, it was really vibey. I can't lie. At first when they came, I was not too sure. I was like, oh, what the fuck is on my head? Anyway, at first when they came, like when they walked in, I was like, oh no, I'm scared, you know. But that changed like really quick. So first, what helped was it wasn't as much people as I thought. It was 2 of his sisters, his brother, and his mom. And then me, my mom, my aunt. Instead of like all his siblings, which that's what I thought it was gonna be. It was not. Good thing, because that would have been like a lot of personalities and it would have been like harder for me. But what helped was like the sister and the brother were just like clowns, so it like just like lightened up the mood, you know, set the tone which was really good because like I can't be the clown today because like I'm nervous and I don't know y'all, so I can't even like be my normal self. So somebody has to be the jokester, the trickster, you know, like, but it's not gonna be me today. Maybe next time. Anyway, basically we're sitting at like a circle table, so we like was just seeing all of like we were just seeing everybody, you know. It was cool, it was nice. They asked me like his sister like asked me some questions. None of the questions was too crazy. Like I expected them to be more like spicy. Like I wanted them to be like, hey, you know. I love answering questions. I'll answer literally any question. Like anything anybody asks me, I'm answering it. How many dicks you sucked? Ask me. I'm answering it. I don't give a fuck. But just like simple questions like how'd you guys meet? How many times did you guys like hang out and stuff like that? Like nothing like too crazy. And like they're coming to my baby shower, I'm pretty sure. Like almost 100% sure that they're coming, which is good. I'm like very excited about that, like very happy. So like that's very good. My baby dad did not come to that, which was good because I feel like I got to be like more like open with how I felt about certain things and stuff like that. Because I don't do good with like questions that bring out like an emotion that I'm feeling. I like to keep my emotions like bottled up. Like I don't like crying in front of people, stuff like that. So like there was like one question that she asked me. Like nothing crazy. She just asked me like this one question that like why did I do this thing that I did, okay? It was just like this question that like I felt I didn't talk to nobody about, so like when she asked it, it was like hard to answer for me, like the reasoning of why I did what I did. Like I don't know, I'm not trying to like say too much, like I'm not trying to like put our conversation that we had like out here for real, but like it wasn't that crazy. It was just I don't like questions that bring emotion that I never talked about before. Like if it's gonna make me tear up and shit, like I don't want to talk about it. So like, and even like just being like just vulnerable with like my feelings, it's hard because I don't like nobody seeing me like weak. Like I don't like that. But I just like smiled through it, like. But like either way, I don't care. I'm gonna still answer it. It's just yeah. I'm not gonna explain it again. But for the most part, like they probably thought I was like a little boring bitch. Like they probably thought this bitch has no personality. She just mad, like shy and shit. They don't know that I get down, that I shake my ass, that I get lit. They don't know, but they're gonna know. They're gonna know. Yeah. But basically, they want to be a part of my baby's life, which I love for my baby, and I love to have like the extra support, which is perfect. So I am very excited for that. And as much as I don't like meeting new people, I am like a people person. So like to have new people around me, it just like brings me like a different like, it just like feels like different, you know? Like it doesn't feel like my life is like the same when I have new people in my life. It just spices it up a bit, you know? I liked his mom like a lot because she was like real. Like, you know how some moms be like on their son's dick, like kind of like my son does no wrong, shit like that. She was not like that. Like, yeah, her son is her baby and she has his back, of course, and shit like that. But like she understood life also. So like nobody was blaming me for keeping my baby. Like, you know, like it was just cool. Like it wasn't like they were picking a side. So more of the story, it went real good, and my baby shower is in 1 week, actually 6 days. So I cannot wait to do a get ready with me for my baby shower prep, baby shower haul. I'm not excited, and yes, so thank you. See you soon.
Oh, I know this girl. What's your name? nice to finally meet you. They haven't fired your ass. Okay, long-awaited story time. So I found out on June 2nd. I was already like 38 weeks pregnant. And he had basically just texted her to pick him up. He texted her saying that he was tired of this and if she could pick him up, and she was like, okay, I'm on my way. So we were at a friend's house and he got really drunk, and we were out late till like 2 in the morning, and he just texted her, like, I don't know. So after he texted her, I obviously confronted him, got her phone number, and called her myself. And she said hello, and then as soon as she heard me, she hung up immediately and blocked me. And I feel like it was more than just sex, because he texted his best friend like that same night, right after he texted her. He texted him like, it's Ashley, I choose her, like I've made my decision and I choose her. There were definitely signs back in like April, starting in April and then all through May, there were signs. The signs were hair in his car. He would come home with like foundation on his face. He would stay at work late. We ended up turning off our locations because we were kind of already like fighting, arguing all the time and stuff. We had turned off our locations for something petty. And he admitted to me, like, after we turned off the locations, that's when he started, which was back in April. So after we turned off the locations, he would like create arguments with me and leave the house, like storm out, and he would go to her. And the first night that I like actually caught him at her place, we weren't sharing locations, but his AirPods, they were my AirPods, and he had them. He would use them, and I could track them, and I tracked them at what I found out later was her apartment. So yeah. And the way that I found out about her is because in June I found out about her, but I only knew her first name, which was Ashley. And then fast forward to August, him and I were trying to work things out, but really I was just tricking him into telling me the truth. So I basically promised him, like, if you tell me the truth, I'll give you a chance. So he told me the truth, told me her last name, told me all that. And I posted her on RGV Cheaters. Go check it out on Facebook, RGV Cheaters, and look up her name. You'll find the post. It went viral. But I posted her, and in the comments, someone put, she's married too, gave me the husband's information, and I found him. We became friends. And now they're getting a divorce. And my ex-husband and her are living happily ever after.
He tried to kiss me in a room with a glass door. So this guy and I had a thing like a year and a half prior, and then I ended things because I felt like we weren't the best fit. But then I always questioned that. Like, I always was like, what if? But then I had a boyfriend, and then he had a girlfriend, and then the timing wasn't right, and there was always something getting in the way. And then he reached out to me, and I was like, it's a sign, we're both single. And so I go to meet up with him at his apartment, and I'm trying to have grace for him. I'm trying not to make assumptions. And I show up, and he's in his gym clothes, has clearly just worked out, which is great. Smells like he just worked out, less great. But I'm thinking, oh, like that means that he actually does just want to talk. And I'm like feeling a little bit more comfortable. And anyways, then we are walking towards his apartment, and he's like, so my roommates actually are using the living room tonight. How about we hang out in the clubhouse? And I'm thinking, even better. I'm like, surely he's not gonna kiss me there. So we go to the clubhouse, and there's a room kind of right when you walk in, with a glass door. It's like a study room. And he's like, this is a great place. So we go in, and we sit on the couch, and we catch up for like 2 hours. And the conversation's fine, but I realized really quickly, like, oh, this is not the connection that I'm looking for. Like, this, the clicking isn't clicking enough. And he's a great guy, but not for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling satisfied after a couple hours of chatting. I'm like, okay, I tried it on again and it wasn't the right fit, and now I never have to question again. And so I'm like, okay, like, I think it's about time for me to go, but it was great talking with you. And his eyes darken, as they say in the books. And I'm thinking, oh no. And he leans in, and I go, in the room with the glass door? And he looks at the door and he looks at me. He's like, nobody's out there. And I go, the room with the glass door? And he looks at the door, he looks at me, he's like, it's pretty foggy, like, you can't really see through it. I go, you can see through it plenty, it's a glass door. And he's like, yeah, you're probably right. And so anyways, he walks me out to my car, and on the way to the car, I'm like, I need you to know, like, kissing's not on the table tonight, like, I'm not comfortable with that. He's like, yeah, like, that's totally fine, like, you know, reacted well to that. But yeah, part of me was offended because I was like, this man knows how I make out. Like, this man knows how I kiss. I be doing stuff, like, I need space and I need privacy. I deserve a living room floor, at least. A tiny couch in a room with a glass door.
Okay, I feel like no one talks about this, but working at a restaurant as a girl, as a hostess, like, I have so many stories and I want to share them. Also, I think I'm going to just make this a series because I have a lot of juicy stories and I'm a talker and I like to go into detail. And I feel like the details are what make the story. So this is going to be the first one and it's really good. I love this. I feel like I'm on FaceTime with my bestie. Okay, so I do have to give a little background. I started when I was 16 all the way up until I was 21. So I started pretty young and it's the same restaurant. Also, nothing wrong with this restaurant. They were amazing. I grew so much because of them. Everyone was like family. Everyone had each other's backs. All in all, like, it was just a great place to work at. It was fun. It was exciting. It was so stressful, but I loved it. I loved it. Okay, juicy story time. Okay, so I know I had said that this restaurant was like family, which is true, but there was a bad apple. There was one bad busser, naughty man. And so a little backtrack leading up to like the finale of what he did. He was very flirtatious and I have boundaries. Knock it off. Like, you're not gonna say these things to me. I'm here to work. I don't want to hear about your sex life with your wife. I don't care. Go talk to one of the other men. Go talk to the kitchen staff. Don't talk to me. And he was very like, oh, look at that girl's butt. Oh, look at her chest. Oh my gosh, her dress is so tight. I love it. Very much like that. He was a perv. And I was very like, stop. Don't tell me these things because I don't care. And two, you're a weirdo. Like, no. So he then proceeded to start saying even more vulgar things to me. And I finally had to tell him, I was like, if you keep talking like that to me, I'm going to have to tell the owners. I've told you to knock it off multiple times. I don't want to hear this. And he's like, you can't take a joke. You'd really do that. Like, you rat, you tattletale. And I'm thinking like, no, you're just disgusting and you're a pig. And I've told you no so many times. And during this time, he would always ask me out like, oh, come on, go to dinner with me. Come out with me. I'll leave the wife and kids at home. Like, no, I'm not going to take your 60-year-old ass out to dinner. Like, weirdo. So it finally got to a point where he thought it was joking, him following me to my car and trying to get in my car. And so I open up my car door, I sit down, and as soon as I sit, I don't even have time to lock my door. He opens up my passenger door and gets in. And I screamed because I didn't know it was him. But also, that's so startling. So he gets inside and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, come on, take me home. Take me home. Can I have a ride? Can I have a ride? No. First of all, your car's right there. Second of all, you fucking perv. What makes you think this is okay? Also, I had a lot of authority at this restaurant to the point where I could go and give free drinks to tables. Like if I knew you, if you were regular, if you were spending a lot of money, I was the face of this restaurant. Everyone knew me and I did so much for this restaurant. Like I was the heart of this place. So this happens. He tries to get in my car. One of my other coworkers was outside in the alley smoking, witnessed the whole thing. As I'm getting out, he's walking this way and he's like, what is going on? And I'm like, this is not okay. He's trying to, like, he's in my car and he won't leave. And as I'm talking to the server, he gets out and he's like, I'm joking. No one can take a joke. And me and the server are like, no, that's not okay. And so in my head, I'm like, I'm definitely going to tell the owners about this because this is crossing the line. So the next day, he's on the schedule again with me. Of course. So busy. It is just one of those random nights that was so busy. We were understaffed. He's the only busser. And so we were hustling. At one point, I was a busser because I just had to help them. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to tell the owner. There's only one owner that night. I'm like, I'm going to tell him after this dinner shift because it's just it's so chaotic. And it wouldn't be fair to put everyone in a shitty situation because now I'm not in the front helping, you know? So it's busy. At one point, I'm helping with the table. I'm like wiping it and putting napkins down. And because it's fine dining, I always had to wear a dress and heels. And this night, I'm wearing a black dress. It was like a halter, but to the point where it wasn't tight. It was like a t-shirt dress, but long, like basically to my knees. And I'm wearing just regular heels. I always wear Nike Pros under my dresses. And I'm barely bending over, like barely. I'm putting napkins down. He comes up behind me and he grabs my dress and he pulls it down. And I'm in shock. I'm like, I actually truly in that moment didn't even know what happened. I thought it was a customer. I thought it was a regular. So I turn around like who am I going to see? And as I turn around, he's like giggling and walking away. And I'm just in awe. Like, so I'm looking around to see like, did everyone see that? And now I'm like, this guy's psycho. This guy is making me so uncomfortable. I'm going to leave right now. Like, I'm going to just leave. And so I'm walking to the front of the hostess stand. I get there and I'm like, okay, calm down. We have another hour before we're closed. You're okay. Like, you're going to tell the owner and it's okay. Like, breathe. Basically breathe. And as I'm calming myself down, he comes up behind me, gets really close, like I could smell him, and I turn and he goes, what colored panties are you wearing? Are they purple? I mean, shocked. He thought my Nike Pros were my underwear. And I'm like, so you pulled down my pants, or my dress, you saw, like you looked underneath to see my shorts, and you know Nike Pro is right up, so they're up on me. Like, it was just, oh my gosh, it was so disgusting. And I've never in my life had I felt disgust, like another human being thinking that's okay. I was just in awe. And so right then and there I was like, no, I'm not waiting till the end of the night. I'm telling him right now. I'm telling the owner. I don't know about you, but when I get really angry and I get really flustered, I cry. I feel like I can't get the words out fast enough. There's so many emotions. And so the only way I can express myself is by crying. And so I'm bawling. And I mean, the kitchen staff is like, what is going on? I walk right upstairs where the owner is. I knock on the door. He answers. He sees me. And he like tells me to come in and sit down. He's like, what is going on? And I'm like, you need to look at this. Pull up the cameras. Now, he would have believed me, but it was the point of like, I needed to see Like, I wanted him to see what he did because it was just so disgusting. He watched it, and it was the craziest video. You can literally see him come up behind me, almost act like he wasn't going to do it, but then he was like, no, I'm going to do it. Puts the tray underneath his arm, the buster tray, grabs my dress, goes like this, and he does it so hard my dress like flings up. That's how he saw my Nike Pros, is because my dress like flung up. And then walk away. Then you see him come up right next to me go like this, and him talk, and me go. And so he's like, yeah, no, we're not dealing with this. I'm still sitting there crying. He's like, I want you to go home. You're gonna go home. Whatever you want to take home to eat, have the kitchen. I'm gonna address this. And I was like, okay. I go home. He fires him right on the spot. We had no buster for the next hour, but the next Friday, which it was payday, I'm there. He comes in. He looks at me and he goes, I was like, dude, you don't want to start with me. And I actually ran into him at a Walmart with his family, and I did the same thing. I saw him, I went like this, I looked him up and down, and I was like, disgusting. And I walked away, and he was with his wife. Don't fucking mess with me. But that's just one of the stories of working at a restaurant, and I have so many more stories. Okay, this is a story time about when I used to work at a restaurant, and it's just a funny story. It's a good, funny story. So I used to work the dinner shifts because it was always busier, and I was lead hostess. So those were the better shifts. And one of the girls asked if we could switch because she couldn't work in the morning for lunch. And I was like, yeah, not a problem. Like, I want the night off for once. I want to work lunch so I can do nothing and get paid for it. Even though I won't make tips, I'm okay with that. So the next day I work lunch and I show up and I'm wearing this cute little pink dress. It fluffed out and had like flowers and then pink heels. And I wore that because I can't wear that for dinner. You have to be super formal for dinner. So lunch, I could kind of get away with it. So I'm thinking this is going to be the easiest shift. I get to do nothing. And the bartender that was working, my favorite coworker. So I'm like, we're going to bullshit the whole shift. And so I'm rolling up silverware with him. We're talking. And these two older gentlemen walk in. So I greet them and I'm like, hey, like wherever you want to sit, it's pretty slow. Like wherever you want to go. They want to go to the bar. So I take them to the bar. I sit them down, give them menus, blah, blah, blah. I end up going back to the hostess stand because I don't want to roll silverware in front of them. That's just not something you do. So I go back to the hostess stand and I'm doing like small things. And the way this restaurant was set up was the hostess stand is by the front door. And then there was this huge glass panel. And you could see through it to the bar. And the way he was sitting, he was angled. And he's looking at me and he's going like this. So I'm like, shoot, something's wrong. So I go over and I'm like, yeah, like, how can I help you, sir? And he's asking me simple questions like, what's your favorite meal? How long have you worked here? Do you like working here? Very simple things. And the bartender is still there. He just didn't want to talk to the bartender. He wanted to talk to me. So small talk for a few minutes and I go to turn away and he's like, oh, wait, I have something for you. And he gives me this envelope. And I'm like, oh, is this trash? Like, no one's ever handed me an envelope. And he's like, no, that's for you. So I'm like, okay, weird. I go all the way back to the hostess stand and I'm opening it and he's watching. And it's $400. And I'm like, so I walk back and I'm like, sir, I cannot take this. I cannot, like, this is way too much. And he's like, no, that's for you. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Don't go to ask me twice. Thank you so much. I walked right back. I stuffed it in my purse. I was like, no takesy backsies. Like, this is mine. And so I threw it in my purse. And every 5 minutes, he kept going like this to me. He just wanted to talk. So we talked about little things like, oh, we've never been here. Like, what's your favorite drink? I don't know, just like bullshitting. And the bartender, he's watching this. And so at one point he tells the owner, because it's funny. It's like actually funny. And so, you know, I'm getting envelope after envelope. I mean, I got to $1,000 fast and it's all in my purse. And so the owner comes up and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, And I show him my purse of all the envelopes, and I'm like, that guy, he's making my whole week. That's what he's doing. And we're laughing. He's like, get more, get more. I'm like, I'm trying. So finally, and all they did was drink. They had like 2 beers. They didn't even get food. So finally, one last time, he goes like this to me. I'm like, oh, here's my time to shine. I'm going to get a little more before they dip. I got greedy. So I go back over there and I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know, at this point, I'm like, you know, doing this with my eyes, and I never got touchy. I never ever go like that. But, you know, I do my little hair thing and I talk like this. And he goes, I have a question for you. And I'm like, yeah, like what's up? And he's like, how would you feel about being my sugar baby? I was shocked. Shooketh. I looked at the bartender and I was like, a what? I played it off. I act dumb. Thank God I'm a blonde, because I was like, oh, what? What's that? And he's like, well, I would love to explain all the details over dinner. And I'm like, So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if I don't say yes, he's going to ask for the envelopes back, which they're mine. I'm not going to give him those. He's already given them to me, but I don't want to make things awkward. So I was like, okay. Like, I was just so like in awe. And he's like, well, can I have your number? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be right back. So I go to the hostess stand. I grab the work phone. We had 2 phones. We had a little iPhone for like texting to confirm reservations. And then we had one of those dial phones that had like the cable. So I grab the iPhone. I go back to the bar and I'm like, okay, what's your number? And he gives it to me. And I'm like, okay, great. I have it. Thinking like, okay, like I'm never ever going to call you or text you off the work phone. Like, come on. And he's like, well, let me call you to make sure you got it. And I'm like, okay. So he goes in his pocket and he had a flip phone, a gray flip phone. I haven't seen one of those things in ages. Okay. He opens it and he's like, what's the phone number? And I give it to him because I know it. He dials it. He puts it to his ear. I hear it ringing and I show him. I'm like, this is you, right? And he's like, that's me. Okay, text me right now. I'm going to tell you what to wear and what shoes to wear. And I'm like, this guy is crazy. I'm like, this is not happening. So as he's walking out, I'm back at the hostess stand, right? And he's walking out. He's like, remember to call me right now. I'm like, well, I'm at work. He's like, well, call me when you get off, but text me. You can text me right now. And I'm like, okay, sure, not a problem. And I watch them leave. They got in an Uber and they left. And I go to the bartender and he's like, you're not, like, I'm sorry, but you're, and I'm like, you think I'm stupid? This is the work phone. And I like blocked him on the dot. I erased him. I was like, I'm not stupid. I just didn't want him to take the envelopes back. This man gave me $1,500. I was shocked. And the crazy part, he never came back. He never called. Like, yeah, I blocked him, but he didn't call on a different number. He never came in. I never saw his friend either. I was like, what the heck? This is like a one-time thing. And I wasn't even supposed to work the lunch shift. I was supposed to work dinner and I switched with the girl. So then I felt bad because I was like, oh my gosh, this could have been her. Like, I felt so bad. So I didn't say anything to her, but word got to her and she found it really funny. She was like, damn, the one time I switched. And but everyone knew. Everyone joked about it. Like, it was just an ongoing joke. And when I got off work, the first person I called was my mom. And I'm like, we're eating good tonight. Where do you want to go? Like, I got money. And I told her and she was like, you need to come home right now. And I'm like, I'm already on my way. Trust. I am keeping this shit. I'm putting it in the bank. Like, he's not ever getting this back. And it was such a random thing. And it was so funny. It was so funny. But I'll never forget that guy and his envelopes. Every time I see a white envelope, I actually think of him because it's so funny.
Okay, I need people's opinions on this because my coworker kept saying that I broke up with someone because they made me carry strawberries. and it was never about the strawberries. So I just need to explain and see if I'm right. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So I was seeing this guy, and anytime I would have a bag in my hand, he didn't, like, grab it on my hand or, like, offer to take it. So I would immediately be, like, a little pissed off. Like, why aren't you taking this from me? But, like, we had only been talking for, like, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So I wasn't in a place that I could be like, why aren't you grabbing my bag? Like, I just kind of was like, I would expect that you would do that. So I would just get annoyed. And, same with the car door. He didn't, like, run over and open the car door. I just, like, opened it myself. So, like, I liked him, so I kind of, like, ignored this and was like, alright, that's, like, not that bad. It's fine. You can open your own car door or whatever. Then one day, I got so, like, fed up with him. Like, I was honestly pretty much done at this point. There was just a bunch of inconveniences that kept on happening, and, like, he was being very selfish in my opinion. And maybe I should just go through the whole story. So basically, we were going into the city for something, and then we were supposed to get breakfast afterwards, but the city ended up taking a lot longer than expected. So, and he had a golf tea time or whatever. So he was, like, all stressed about, like, getting done. I don't know, like, was all stressed, didn't want to go to breakfast, yada, yada, yada. He's like, can we just get back to where he lives, and then we'll get breakfast over there? And I was like, yeah, totally fine. So then, I'm so hungry because the whole city thing, I haven't eaten, whatever, and I don't do well when I'm hungry. So we're, like, getting back, and he's realizing his tea time is coming up quicker than he thought, because coming out of the city also took forever. So he's like, okay, how about we, like, stop at the grocery store and, like, I'll just make us breakfast at my place. And I'm like, oh my god, what? But I don't even care at this point. I'm so hungry. Like, it doesn't matter. So then we stop at the grocery store. I see he grabs a cart. I'm like, oh my god, this can't be real life. Like, he's grabbing a cart. He starts doing his full food grocery shopping. And I'm like, what? Okay. At this point, I'm stuck with him. So then we're leaving the grocery store, and he's grabbing, like, some bags out of the cart, and he hands me the strawberries and goes, can you carry these? Like, his hands were full, but not full enough that he should have asked me to carry those freaking strawberries. I was so mad, like, because, not to, like, shout out my exes, but, like, they would never make me carry anything. It would, like, honestly be at the point of, like, they're joking, they're carrying so much shit, and I'm carrying absolutely nothing. Same with the car door situation. So, like, what am I doing with this guy who's, like, making me carry strawberries that he very much can carry? Like, it was never about the freaking strawberries. Does this make sense to anyone? Like, I feel like the man should carry everything and open the door. Is that an insane request? I feel like no. Oh yeah, and then we get back to his apartment, and he's, like, all worked up about this golf, I can tell, but he's, like, trying to, like, act like he's gonna make me breakfast. I'm like, dude, I'm leaving. Like, this is ridiculous. I could tell he wanted me to do that, too, like, because he needed to leave for golf. It was... Ugh, I'm getting mad even talking about it. This is, like, a year ago.
Okay, ladies. I am afraid I might have done something a little unhinged. Tell me why I left my number on the windshield of a stranger's truck, okay? So I'm waiting in the parking lot for my friend so we can go hiking when this truck pulls in, backs into a spot kind of away from everyone, and then this man, good God, this man gets out and he opens 2 doors and then starts undressing between them. He takes off his pants, starts down to his boxers, and then takes off his shirt. God damn. Obviously, I sent a video of the whole thing to the group chat. You know, just, they're along for the plot. Everything I do is for the plot. And my friend shows up. She's seen the video. So we purposely walk past his truck just to see if we can get a better look at him. You know, he's sitting inside at this point. And then we continue on our hike. And towards the end of the hike, I jokingly say to my friend, if the truck is still there, when we get back, I'm gonna leave my phone number on the windshield. Unfortunately, I'm a woman of follow through, and of course the truck was still there. So I wrote on a scrap piece of paper, I said, do you want to take our pants off together? And left my name and my phone number. And then this man, not even 30 minutes later, he texts me. I don't even know what to do with this. Okay, y'all. Things with parking lot man have escalated. So after I left a note on his truck with my phone number on it in the parking lot, he sent me a text pretty quickly. And then he sent me this. The confidence is both alarming and attractive. And now I may or may not be seeing him tonight. I am on my way to go meet parking lot guy. The group chat kind of has mixed feelings about this, but I don't know, I'm gonna choose optimism. And then I'm gonna report back. Keep y'all updated.
Whenever I'm in my car driving home from work and in really slow traffic, I like wiggle dance because like there's not much you can do.
Watch me play with slime while I tell you guys things my ex did and I still stay. I know when people post these boyfriends are evil. Mine wasn't that bad, but there's still some things that didn't have to happen. First off, he wouldn't let me watch Euphoria. And I understand that like Euphoria isn't like the best thing to be watching because it is like there's a lot of, you know, stuff in it. But baby, I watched that when I was like 14, like when it was a thing and when we put glitter on our face. Like I've watched it before. I was like, we can watch it together so it's like less like weird, I guess. He's like, no, I don't want to be looking at that stuff. Like the next thing is I went on his phone to play like a game or whatever, watch TikTok, whatever I was doing on his phone. And the first thing I see when I put the password in like my Face ID in was him like stalking other women. And I was like, oh, so what is this? And then I go back and I see that he was stalking the soccer team, that like his school's soccer team. Mind you, he plays soccer at his college, so it's like, but like this is the women's team he was talking. And I was like, oh, so like you're stalking the women's team. And he was like, no, I wasn't. And I was like, I literally have it right in front of my face. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, like I promise, like, can't you just stop making a big deal? What? Not you gaslighting me. Not you gaslighting me. And I was like, no, I fear I'm gonna make this a problem. Because what are you doing? Like, why are we stalking? Why are we stalking? I was like, so you're stalking the women's page? He's like, Kenzie, no, I'm not stalking. Like, I just went in a rabbit hole. I was like, so stalking. And I was like, oh, so you clicked on their profile, you went on the women's page and like scrolled through it and then like looked at their pages and looked at the individual profiles of each person on there. He's like, yeah, but Kenzie, like, I promise you, like, I don't care about them. Like, I was just curious. Curious for what? Like, you're gonna jail me or what? Because mind you, I'm still in high school and he's in college, so like, I was like, oh, so you're wanting a backup plan? He's like, no, I promise. Like, Kenzie, I meant nothing. Like, you don't see me stalking my school's football team or basketball team or for the, like, no, not when we're together, no. So I'm just like, okay. And he like cried his way out of it and I stayed, so. I was not standing on business. No, thank you. Next thing happened, this is like when we first started like dating, first started like talking-ish. No, we were dating. The first time we were ever dating was like 3 years ago. But like, who cares? Should have known this from the start, like should have seen the red flag. He, you know, how we don't, okay, so he had this girl second on his best friends list. Mind you, I was first, and I was like, okay, who's this girl? Who's, you know. Mind you, I'm not the controlling, insecure, jealousy type, like, maybe a little bit, but I'm not controlling, you know. I feel like when you're first dating somebody, or like when you're dating, you should not have a girl second on your best friends list. It's kind of like a little bit weird. And I was like, so who is this girl? Like, I'm like, why is she second on your best friends list? He's like, why do you care? I'm like, well, we're dating, and you know, you have a girl second on your best friends list. Like, I'm just wondering, you know. And he was like, she had cancer and I was helping her out. Were you the chemotherapy, or am I missing something? Because girl, what? Helping her do what? She has the treatment already. Like, she doesn't need you. Like, I understand getting someone through it, like, being there for them. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, because I was so innocent our first time dating, you know. I was like, okay, like, whatever. I guess that was excuse for snapping her. Because she had cancer a long time ago. Way before they started snapping. Like, okay. Oh, God. So, you know, got over that one. Then he unadded her and whatever, but I was just like, you know, whatever. Baby boo. Anyways, this video is a freaking mess, but I think it's honestly hilarious. He would lie and manipulate me and feel very bad for not changing whenever I type out paragraphs for him changing. And so I would find him getting me like just because baskets or random gifts to make up for it so that I completely forget about the bullshit and disrespect that I took. So if you guys are wondering, he did buy me a lot of shit. Most of it is because like he was just like being a good boyfriend, like just getting me stuff because like, you know, princess treatment. But like a lot of stuff that he would give me is because of like him being sorry, and that's his way of being sorry. So, you know, I just stayed because, you know, he would change, right? Yeah. So basically when we broke up, he like got with this girl and he wasn't gonna tell me until I found out. Mind you, we were broken up, like it's not the biggest deal, but like, mind you, like I feel like when you guys get back together after being broken up for a few months, you should tell each other what happened. This might be controversial, but like he just didn't tell me, so I found out through my friends. Mind you, that entire time he was having, you know what, with another girl, I was crying over him while he was, you know. I was just like, great. That time I was like trying my best to get over him, crying myself to sleep, everything. Trying my best not to talk to him. He was being a jerk to me because like we broke up and everything. I was just like, oh no. So yeah, he got with another girl and he was never gonna tell me. It hurt even more because I found out from my friends. Because I would never have found out if it wasn't for my friends. And I feel like you should tell me that. Because like, and he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, well, mind you, we were broken up, so this might be controversial. But like still, like, it was like right after a breakup, you get with someone else, like, over, you know. And we were like 4 lifers, so it was like, you should tell me that, you know. And he wasn't sorry till I found out. So it's just like, thank you. Thank you. It's just like, I hate those people that are not sorry until you find out stuff. Like, if I never would have found out, like, I never would have found out, like, really. And I was low-key a bitch to the girl, but like, and I feel bad, but like, I was just in my very mad era about it. And, you know, he didn't make up for it. He told me he stopped himself and got me flowers. So I stayed with him. Yes, yes. Guys, mind you, I'm 2 years younger than him. I was young, innocent, and just wanted someone to love me. So yeah, that's what I can think of right now. I know there's way more stuff that he would just lie about, and he'd be like, it's just too much. Hopefully no one sees this, and I know, because, you know. Anyways, guys, that consists of my video. My hands hurt from playing with the slime, but like, I got a slime from Five Below. It's cloud slime, so. Anyways, guys, bye! Hopefully your guys' day is going great. Mine's going great. I'm so glad I got out of that. Like, he broke, I'm up. Bye!
Your total is $18. Do you want to donate $3 to the Children's Fund? No. I'm sorry, did you say that you hate all children and you want them to die?
Part 2, things my ex did and I still stayed. So I was gonna have a sleepover with a friend group about like, I think last year, and my gay best friend was in the friend group and my boyfriend wouldn't let me sleep over because my gay best friend was there. Because I'm like, dude, I understand it's a dude, but he's gay. Like, I was like mind boggled. I was like, hello, he's gay. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, oh yeah, he's gonna fake it, and then once I come to the sleepover, he's automatically gonna be like straight. Like, what? No, that's not how it works. The next one is he basically did something to me, or I think we both did something to each other, and then I started crying in his room at his house, and he went downstairs because apparently I was being so annoying and everything like that. And I was texting him as he was downstairs because like what he was doing was hurting me, and so I sent a picture of me crying because I physically couldn't breathe, and I wanted him to know that like, hey, your girlfriend's in your room crying right now. So I sent that picture, and he sent a picture back of him mocking my crying. You know when you like you send a picture to someone like fake crying or whatever, or like that kind of. My face was genuinely like in tears, and like my face looked hideous, and he was mocking that, like literally the exact same way my face looked. And he sent that snap back to me. When he sent that back to me, I genuinely could not breathe because I was like, there is absolutely no way you just did that to me. Absolutely no way. Your girlfriend's crying and you mock the picture of her crying that she sent you. What? Genuinely, that's something like my siblings would do as a joke, like but not like actually, but like if I'm not actually crying, they would do that. But like, I was actually crying. That was honestly one of the lowest points of my life, and I was just like, wow. And I still stayed, and after that we like, yeah, made up, cuddled. Like, no. The next one is he removed guys from like following me. Like, I didn't follow any guys, but guys followed me, and so he removed those guys from following me. That's not like things my ex did and I still stayed type material, but like I still think that's kind of weird. Like, I don't have control of who, like I do have control over who follows me, but like, and obviously I can like remove them, but it's like, how insecure do you have to be that you don't want men looking at your girlfriends? Like what they do, I have no control over. And mind you, I'm not sitting here posting bikini pictures. My pictures are totally appropriate. So I'm just like, are you serious? And so I lost like 300 followers. Now I'm not at 1,000 anymore. Which, like, okay, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's like, dude, like, are we serious? I just like, what's the point in that? Like, genuinely. That's like when other guys look at your girlfriend, it's like, you can't control what people do, but it's like, hey, like, I don't know. I just, like, why? Again, that's not like I would leave him over that, but it's just like, that was kind of weird. The next thing is when we were like first ever talking, or if you're like first ever dating type beat. This is so bad. This is kind of like funny on my end, but I made like a fake account and I DM'd him being like, hey, you're cute, like, can I get your snap? And he was like, oh yeah, you're cute too, I'll give you a follow. He's like, you're cute too, I have a girlfriend though, but I'll give you a follow back. Okay, so what? Mind you, we were like first ever dating, so this wasn't like I don't even think we were dating yet, but this was definitely like a red flag. Don't worry, our whole relationship didn't consist of this. Like, he obviously learned his lesson, but like, I was just like, oh. So I responded back and I said, oh, you have a girlfriend, so why the hell do you think it's okay to follow another girl on Instagram and call them cute? And he said, okay, and blocked me. Not like me, but like the girl that was faking them. Like, you know, the girl. I don't think he ever found out that like that was me, but like, money moves, you know. It was hilarious. And I was just like, actually it wasn't hilarious in the moment because I was like, oh my god. And I told my siblings and they're like, oh, so that's like how your relationship's gonna go. I never told anybody that it was you did it. But like, who cares? Like, he still did that. Like, he still had no idea and he still like responded the way he did. And so I was like, oh, so you'd be like cheating or whatever. And he's like, that wasn't cheating. Like, if I call a girl cute, like, this isn't even about me being the fake account. It's just the fact that like this would have been cheating if like it was a real girl and like we were like officially dating. It was just like, we were talking for like 4 months, like that's basically like, and we were locked in and we were like, everything was like, we acted like we were dating. And I was just like, oh, so that would definitely be cheating. And he's like, it would not be cheating, I thought I had a girlfriend, but she said she was cute and then you follow her back. That's not okay. Like, are we 3 years old? Like, you don't just call, like, no, that's really weird actually. And I was like, okay, so would you do this if I was in front of you? If like I could see your phone right now and I was right next to you, would you say the things that you said to this girl? And he's like, well, no, it's like different. It's odd. Because clearly it's just wrong. The first time we ever started dating is because he asked me to be his girlfriend while, you know, it wasn't the most appropriate thing ever. And I was just like, are you serious? That was like, I was like so excited. I was like, yes, like, no, sweetie, no, you should have said no. You can ask me in a real, you know, gentleman way. I can't ever get over that. And I brought it up to him, like, this was like 3 years ago, but like still, there's so many red flags that I could have seen at the beginning of the relationship that I like didn't. Another thing I shouldn't have stayed for at all was that he took 4.5 months to ask me to be his girlfriend. We would hang out like we're dating. We would like get each other gifts like we're dating. We would like everything like we're dating. And he didn't ask me to be his girlfriend because he was like scared because I was 2 years younger than him. Honey, if you don't want to be talking to that person or you're embarrassed, you don't want to talk to me, just tell me. Just tell me. Like, wow, I genuinely could not. There were so many red flags in that relationship, and I was just like avoiding them at all costs just because he was older and I liked the idea of having, you know, a first boyfriend. And I was already super attached because like of just like things, and I guess I just avoided all the red flags because I was attached and I'd never like done all this with like a boy before. This is probably very personal stuff that I'm sharing on the internet, but like I just have to tell you guys, like it's actually so bad. Anyone else, I feel like anyone else mature, unlike me at the time, would have definitely left him and had respect for themselves. But now I have respect for myself, so it's like better. There's so many other things that he did and I can't even think of them right now because of how like many there was. The low-key makes no sense because I should be able to think of some, but like I can't right now. I said everything that's like on my mind right now and I'm just like can't think. This is your reminder to never settle ever, like especially during the talking stage. I know you're not technically dating, but it is definitely, if he knows you're talking, it's like that's your label, like you're talking. Make sure you have respect for yourself and don't let a man disrespect you because that's how you know. It's like an example of what he's gonna do during the relationship. It's a preview. I promise you, Canada event, I've been through it obviously, and I stayed on and off for 3 years, and finally, every time we broke up is because he broke up with me. This time, it was all because of me, and I'm so proud of myself. So, this is your sign. Do not settle, because I kept thinking, I was like, I don't want to marry him. I don't want my husband to do this. Oh, mind you, he would call me a bitch, so, you know. That should have been, like, number one of what I said, but, you know, we're just gonna get past that. Yeah, I had a new lipstick, but I'm just gonna say that relationship was brutal. Definitely something I never want to get myself into ever again. Like, I'm taking a break. Like, I will not be finding my future husband till probably sophomore, junior, senior year of college when everybody starts taking it seriously. Anyways, I'm just gonna claw clip my hair back into like a half a pack down and then we'll go on with it. This video is so long, but hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.